A real man is not just built from muscle or strength. He's built from character. His greatness is not defined by how loud he roars, but by how deeply he loves, how fiercely he protects, and how silently he sacrifices. A real man carries the weight of others, even when no one sees him struggle under it. He's the rock in the storm, the calm in the chaos, the fire in the cold. He doesn't run from responsibility. He welcomes it. He doesn't seek comfort. He chases growth. He doesn't beg for sympathy. He earns respect. Not through flashy words, but through quiet, consistent action. You see, the world is noisy, full of opinions. Everyone has something to say, but very few are saying anything worth listening to. And the moment you begin to rise, the moment you decide to walk a different path, that noise will grow louder. People will question you. They'll doubt you. They'll whisper behind your back and laugh to your face. Not because you're wrong, but because your courage reminds them of their fear. Your discipline highlights their laziness. Your ambition magnifies their complacency. Understand this. If everyone understands your vision, it's not big enough. If everyone agrees with your journey, you're not walking far enough. If no one's criticizing you, you're still hiding in the crowd. And if the crowd is comfortable with you, you're not leading. You're following. You want to be exceptional. Then stop trying to be accepted. You want to be powerful. Then stop chasing applause. Power doesn't come from the crowd. It comes from the courage to walk alone when necessary. From doing what must be done, not what's easy to do. You want to be a real man. Then, be the one who wakes up before the sun and works while others sleep. Be the one who chooses the hard right over the easy wrong. Be the one who holds the line, even when it shakes. Even when your knees tremble. Even when your hands bleed. You won't always feel strong, but be strong anyway. You won't always feel brave, but stand tall anyway. You won't always feel ready, but move forward anyway. Because the world doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about your results. When others make excuses, you make progress. When others back down, you rise up. When others look for shortcuts, you walk the long road with your head held high, because you know that what is earned has more value than what is given. A man's worth isn't in what he owns. It's in what he builds. His home, his family, his legacy, his word, his silence, his shadow, his habits when no one's looking. Every day you have a choice, comfort or growth, distraction or purpose, weakness or strength. Be the man who chooses strength not because it's easy, but because it's right. Be the man who gets it done, no matter the cost. Be the protector of your family's peace, even if it costs your own. Be the one who absorbs the chaos so others can live in calm. Be the one who teaches your son how to stand and your daughter what it means to be safe, cherished, respected. This world doesn't need more boys who grow older. It needs men who grow wiser, men who reject excuses, men who confront their demons, men who face their pain and say, "You don't own me anymore." You've been hurt? Good. That means you're alive. That means you have the raw material for greatness. Pain is not your prison. It's your forge. Let it shape you. Let it sharpen you. Let it build a backbone of steel. There's a moment in every man's life when he must decide, am I a victim of what happened to me? Or am I the architect of what happens next? Are you going to live blaming the world? Or are you going to rise and build something the world will remember? Be the man who doesn't quit at 50% or 80% or 99%. Be the man who finishes what he starts, who doesn't just talk about dreams, but lives them, bleeds for them, sacrifices sleep, comfort, ease, because the vision is too important to settle for average. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being relentless, about showing up after failure, about taking responsibility even when you could blame someone else, about standing up when everything around you says, stay down. The world teaches men to be quiet, soft, apologetic. But your family needs a warrior. Your community needs a leader. Your soul needs a mission. Don't water yourself down to be palatable for people who are afraid of your fire. Be intense. Be bold. Be unapologetically masculine. Not toxic, not cruel, but strong, noble, self-controlled. The kind of man who walks into a room and brings order, not confusion. The kind of man whose strength creates safety, whose boundaries build respect, whose presence demands nothing, but commands everything. Train your body, because a weak body weakens the mind. Train your mind, because a weak mind surrenders before the war even begins. Train your spirit, because without purpose, strength becomes destruction. Leave behind the distractions. Cut off the noise. Stop chasing likes and start building a life. Let discipline shape your days and vision fuel your nights. Let your silence be louder than their gossip. Let your results shout what your words never will. And when you finally build that life, the one they said was impossible, don't gloat, don't boast. Just look back at the fire, at the scars, at the nights you almost quit, and smile, because you didn't become the man you are by accident. You became him by fighting for him. One day your children will look up and say, that's what strength looks like. One day the people who doubted you will wish they had believed in you. One day the man you are today will meet the man you could have been, and you'll shake his hand. So rise, every day, with grit in your teeth and fire in your chest. Refuse to shrink. Refuse to settle. Refuse to stop. Be that man. Be the storm. Be the protector. Be the builder. Be the leader. Be the warrior. Be the father they run to. Be the husband they trust. Be the friend who lifts others. Be the example they follow. Be the man they remember, even after you're gone. And when the day comes that you take your last breath, let it be with peace, knowing you lived with purpose, with honor, with courage. You carried the weight, you ran the race, you gave it all, and you never broke. You became the man you were born to be.